Guys, imagine this. 99 Nights just released a new monster, and it attacked our deer. We found tracks, a silhouette, a wing, and now I have a theory that will literally give you chills. Today I'm going to prove who this monster is, why the cultists need it, and why the deer suddenly became our friend. And if you stay until the end, I'll show a secret way to use this in the game. Let's go. Imagine this. You join 99 Nights expecting a normal run. You think you will just gather resources, hide from the cultists, maybe help the deer, or do some exploring like always. But suddenly, the sky becomes darker than usual. The wind changes direction, the air gets heavy, and then you hear a strange sound in the distance. It is not a normal sound. It is a deep, powerful whoosh, like giant wings hitting the air. You look up, and something huge moves across the sky. It is so fast that you can barely see it. Only a shadow, only a flash, but big enough to make your heart stop for a moment. Everyone around is confused. Nobody understands what that thing is. But one thing becomes clear. Something massive is coming to the game. Something strong enough to attack the deer itself. Yes, the same deer that was once the most dangerous creature in the entire game. The deer that could chase whole groups of players, destroy bases, and make everyone panic. And now, this new creature is hunting him. The developers showed only a small piece of it. A wing, a silhouette, a dark shape that disappears in the clouds. But this tiny hint already created thousands of theories among the players. Because if a monster is strong enough to attack the deer, it means the game is about to change in a huge way. And the release date, November 22nd, makes everything even more exciting. Who is this new creature? Why does it look so big and so threatening? And the most important question of all, why did it attack the deer first? Today, we will try to answer every one of these questions. In this video, we will look at what has been shown so far, what we can understand from the wing and the silhouette, and why this new creature might be the strongest enemy ever added to 99 Nights. After that, we will dive into a theory that connects the cultists, their strange experiments, the history of the deer, and the arrival of this flying monster. And in the end, you will see how all the pieces fit together into one big story that makes perfect sense. So get ready. This theory might completely change the way you think about 99 Nights and the creatures inside it. Right now, we only have a wing and a dark outline, but sometimes one small detail can tell more than a full trailer. The first thing everyone noticed is the size. The wing looks enormous, much larger than the wings of the owl. When you zoom in and compare it to the size of the deer or the normal height of a player, the difference is shocking. This creature could easily be the biggest enemy ever created for 99 Nights. The wing itself is also unusual. It does not look like a bird wing. It is not smooth and does not have simple feather lines. Instead, it looks like a huge bat wing with thick bones and wide stretches of skin. The bones seem strong enough to lift a gigantic body. This makes the creature look more like a predatory beast than a simple flying animal. The segments of the wing look flexible, which means the creature can turn very sharply, dive very fast, and hit from above without warning. The silhouette is even stranger. The body looks tall, with long shapes coming from its back. They might be spikes, armor, or some kind of hardened plates. These parts make the creature look like it was built to survive battles. Maybe it is meant to slam into the deer. Maybe those plates protect it from the deer's attacks. The whole shape of the creature sends one message. This is not a random animal. This is something designed for power and intimidation. Another interesting detail is how slowly the wing moves in the teaser. That usually means the creature is extremely heavy. And if a flying creature is that heavy, its attacks could create shock waves when it lands or when it flaps its wings too close to the ground. Imagine being blown away by a simple flap of its wings. This would be a completely new kind of threat for players, because most past enemies attack on the ground. Now danger will come from the sky too. All these clues together point to one idea. This new creature was not created for simple scares or decoration. It has a purpose. It feels like something that was made to hunt something big. And the only creature big enough is the deer. Now let us get into the main theory. If you played 99 Nights for a while, you already know that the cultists are more than simple enemies. They have bases, structures, rituals, strange objects, and even places that look like laboratories. They act organized, they follow strict patterns, and they clearly work on something behind the scenes. They are not just random villains, they are a group with a plan. In many of their locations, you can find hints of experiments. There are cages, strange markings, tools, and writings that suggest they are creating or modifying creatures. When you look at the main enemies in the game, this theory starts to make sense. The deer is incredibly strong and fast, almost unnaturally so. The owl is a terrifying night hunter with perfect vision. The goat is fiercely aggressive. These creatures behave like they were designed. like someone mixed natural instincts with something more powerful. This brings us to the idea that the deer might not be a natural creature at all. Maybe it was one of the cultists' early experiments. They might have wanted a protector, a living weapon, or a creature that could guard their rituals. The deer fits this idea: huge, strong, fast, intimidating. But something must have gone wrong. The deer broke free. It stopped obeying whatever control the cultists had. Maybe it rejected the rituals. Maybe it regained its own will. Whatever the reason, the cultists lost control over their powerful creation. Imagine their reaction. They lost their strongest project. And not only that, players started helping the deer. Many people healed it, saved it, used items to support it, and protected it from enemies. From the point of view of the cultists, this is a disaster. The deer is now not only free, but supported by the players. It is like their creation turned into an ally of their enemy. This is where things get interesting. If the cultists lost the deer, they would try to fix that problem. Their best solution would be creating something even stronger. Something that could overpower the deer. Something that could fly, track him from above, and chase him across any terrain. Something too strong for the deer to fight alone. So they create a new monster, a flying monster, a giant one. A hunter built not just to kill players, but to take down the deer himself. The wing in the teaser is not random. It is the wing of a creature designed by the cultists, a creature created in their dark laboratories. It is their answer to losing control. It is their attempt to regain power. This also explains why the new creature attacks the deer first. It is following the purpose it was created for, and the players interfere again. They help the deer, they heal him, they protect him. In return, the deer begins to help the players, showing signs of trust. This is the moment when the story changes. The cultists are not just fighting the deer anymore. They are fighting the players too. That is why this new monster appears now. This is the cultists' strongest experiment yet, their biggest weapon, their final attempt to take back control of the world of 99 Nights. If we put all the pieces together, the story becomes surprisingly clear. The cultists are creators of powerful creatures. The deer was their experiment, but he escaped and became free. The players helped the deer, so the cultists lost control even more. To fight back, they created a new, massive, flying monster, strong enough to hunt the deer and chase the players. That is why the new creature appears on November 22nd. That is why it targets the deer. That is why it is so big, so dangerous, and so mysterious. Now everything depends on what will happen next. Will the deer and the players be able to work together? Will the new monster overpower everything in its path? Will the cultists finally regain control? Or will their own creations rise against them? We will find out soon. But one thing is certain, the game will never be the same again. This update is not just a new enemy, it is the beginning of a much bigger story. And this story is only getting started.